It's the Spacecoast Geocaching Store and it's raining. So geocachers, we're going to head inside. We're going to have a chat with Barb and Dale, the owners of the Spacecoast Geocaching Store. So we're in the Spacecoast Geocaching Store with the owners, Dale and Barb. Thank you very much for making a little bit of time to talk with us.
Sure thing.
The first question that we want to know is, if someone's traveling down to Florida, what's unique about the geocaches in Florida or in the Spacecoast area of Florida that they won't necessarily find that kind of geocache anywhere else?
Well, one of the types of caches that we have here that's a little bit unique is swamp hides. And what I mean by that is people will actually want you to go out into a swamp, maybe knee deep, waist deep, even chest deep, wading through waters that have gators in them, moccasins, other types of snakes, not knowing what you might be getting yourself into, and going through these waters in order to get a geocache. For us personally, it's not something that we choose to do, but we have a lot of friends that like to do those. That's one type.
And also locally we have the ones that you have to kayak to, and those are actually terrain 5s because you need a special vessel or equipment to get to it. Right. We have some right down the road here, and we personally hit about 10 of them out there, and some go out into the open water a little bit, but otherwise it's just a casual paddle down a little canal, and it just really is a whole different view of what you can find, you know, when you're on the water, and different birds and things like that. So we really like those. A lot of cachers in the area have bought kayaks to go out and find those type.
That's pretty awesome. So that sounds like a lot of fun. Is there any kind of container that might be unique to this area that you wouldn't find elsewhere, or maybe what's the most popular container that you guys have hidden?
Probably some of the more popular ones are the pre-form containers. Ammo cans are popular. They're getting harder and harder to find. Everybody's switching over to the plastic ammo cans, but they're still a very popular type container.
And lock and locks.
Lock and locks are always, you know, there's different grades of lock and lock containers. You can get good quality ones versus the ones that you can get, you know, at the cheaper stores, and they don't hold up as well.
So up where we're in the Northwest, if you're hiding a lock and lock, again, the same thing, you need to make sure it's going to survive the summer, which gets pretty hot, and the winter, which gets pretty cold, and has that, so it doesn't crack, so you know, not the cheap quality ones. Is there anything unique or special you need to do with lock and locks or plastic containers in this area to protect them?
One of the things that we've noticed here in our area is lock and locks that are clear tend to condensate from the heat. So what a lot of people will do is they'll either put like a desiccant bag inside to try and absorb some of the moisture. We've put just a paper towel down in there, and then one thing that we found is if you paint them, that helps stop some of the condensation in the clear lock and locks.
And we also use water resistant logs. A lot of times we make our log sheets out of that rain paper.
We do that all the time because it's just always raining.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we're here in your store.
We were the original walk-in geocaching store in the United States, and we've had the store since 2007.
Awesome. And obviously business is good enough that you're still open 7 years later.
The biggest thing that we enjoy is we love what we do. We love the people that we meet. Having the store introduces us to a lot of people that we wouldn't have otherwise met. We've met a lot of reviewers that have come by, you know, just different people that have come through that if it wasn't for the store, we would have never met them.
That's very cool. So when people come into the store, what are the most popular things that you guys sell?
some of the like ammo cans are always popular, as I said before, and we've been not able to get the metal ones, so now we're getting the plastic ones, but those are very popular. Geocoins still seem to be relatively popular across the board. Pat tag related items, we sell a pat tag page that fits into a standard 3-ring binder. Those seem to be very popular. We package a lot of generic pat tags, not people's personal pat tags, but generic ones that they sell right from pat tags. We'll package those up into miscellaneous packs, and those seem to be very popular as well. And then a new line that we just started carrying is another hobby similar to geocaching called Munsies, and we've had real good luck selling those. That's been a really good thing for us to start carrying as well.
So I think I heard earlier that you guys kind of really got Munsie going in this area.
It's exploded since we became a reseller, and
it's brought a lot of interest to the area. Geocachers, they're doing both hobbies now, so they just hear us talking about it and they like to go out and do it. And with the heat, with it getting really hot now and less hiking is going on this time of year, it's just something quicker, and it's still satisfying and gets you out of the house to do.
You can actually get almost 100 Munsies right here at our store, out in the parking lot, and down the street. So I mean, it's a very condensed area of Munsies. So that's been a neat thing for us to carry. It's opened us up to a new group of people and that kind of thing. So again, it's just all about the people we meet and who comes in here.
But if someone was traveling down, they wanted to hit the caches, the must-find caches in the Space Coast, what geocaches would you recommend?
Well, we mentioned one of ours in Port Canaveral. It brings you to a unique location. It's a beach access, a free beach access, and there are wild peacocks that live in the neighborhood. So we really liked bringing people into that area and seeing the different animals. And then there's just a couple of unique hides and the way they hid the container. And like yourself, there's a webcam in the port, so people like to go and get that one. Also some earth caches. And there's a couple of where I goes out towards the beach area too. So
yeah, we've got one where I go that's a little interesting. It's actually set up to scale of the solar system, and so you start in Cape Canaveral and you go to each planet, so to speak, and it's actually to scale to give you an idea of how the planets are spread apart, how close these planets are versus how far away these are. And that was by a guy that we met through geocaching who's in the Army, and he would come in to the Space Center for when the shuttles were launching, and he put that one out, and it's a really neat one to do. That one, a lot of people enjoy doing that one.
That's very cool.
We mentioned on a budget is a local cache that's just unique. The employees, it's at a budget rent-a-car. The employees know about it, and they like to come out and give geocachers a nudge or a hard time sometimes. And then there's another one down a little bit south of here. It's called Vieira Conservation. That's a very cleverly unique hide that the owner put a lot of work into designing that one, and that's a really good one.
And of course, our cache here at the store, that's the #1 favorited traditional cache in Florida. So it's got over 600 favorites at this point. So
awesome. Well, we'll have to go check it out and add another favorite to it.
There.
Appreciate that.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much for your time, you guys. I know you've got life to get back to and everything, so I really appreciate you taking some time to talk with our viewers.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.